can you help me understand where all the hate is coming from? I just watched this video by Kabi on Instagram and it really made me think. What Kabi did in that video is what he always does. He picks a clip that went viral in the last weeks and turned it into something himself and mocks it. And I don't think that Kabi ever has any bad intentions. He just picks something that already is somehow weird and then turns it into something funny. So Kabi is in some way an artist himself. Now the clip that he took this time already received quite a lot of hate online. Something that I honestly don't understand. In the original clip, Roman Signer activated his artwork called The Sands of Time, Cascades of Society in Malmö. In the description it says it's a provocative and thought-provoking piece that pushes the boundaries of traditional art by utilizing a collection of stacked buckets filled with sand. Each bucket represents a distinct societal class, a visual metaphor drawn from the artist's critical perspective on the structure of society. And what we can see in the original clip is that when the bottom starts crumbling, the whole thing collapses. And to be honest, the first time I watched the original clip, I was provoked as well, but not in the way that the artist intended. I was provoked in exactly the same way that all the people that now write very, very hateful comments were provoked too. Because here there's this artist that is very well paid for what he does, and it seems like he's only playing with buckets and sand. And to make it even worse, the people in the background are applauding him for something that is so seemingly obvious and easy. And that's what most of the people that commented on the original clip on Instagram and on YouTube were making fun of and started hating against the artist. And so in a way, actually, the artwork does what it's set out to do. It's provoking people. It's thought-provoking. So in a way, it already achieves what it set out to do. What does make me wonder is the amount of hate that something like this gets online. And in a way, I think somebody, in this case Roman Signer, had an idea and turned it into something that other people can watch and other people can discuss about, and that somehow provokes them, which is in and itself the definition of art. And I think what provoked so many people to write very hateful comments is that they claim this isn't art. Because if you compare it to somebody painting a picture for months or turning a piece of marble into a magnificent statue, of course what he does here seems like he's just playing with sand in a sandbox. And I do think what makes it even worse is that the people in the background clap and in that way make it seem even more ridiculous. Because also it takes a while for them to start clapping, and so there are many little elements in this video that you could pick upon if you wanted. Now, what I find really interesting about the whole story, and especially Kabi picking it up, is this. One of the main sources for hate in the original video was that people say, if this is art, well, that's rubbish. Let's look at what Kabi did and look at the feedback he gets for it. Because the original argument was that this isn't art. This shouldn't get anyone any money and not even applause. Because it didn't take very long to create and it's not very original and whatever. Those were all the arguments. Now, Kabi takes the original clip, puts a tripod with a camera somewhere, acts on camera for half a minute and gets a tremendously positive feedback for it. And the tremendously positive feedback he gets, well, I guess it also pays similarly well than what Roman Signer gets for his art. I recently posted a video where I received one hateful comment, and to be honest, I couldn't really handle it. I cannot imagine what it must feel like for somebody like Roman Signer to receive this much negative feedback. So where does that leave us? To be honest, it leaves me with a question. Where do we stand as a society? Not just as a society in nations, but also internationally, because a platform like YouTube and Instagram makes everything seem a lot closer, obviously. And I don't think that this hate leads anywhere, at least not anywhere positive. But I do hope that anyone who creates anything that wants to be thought-provoking doesn't stop by receiving hateful comments. Because I do think that as a society, we need to sit down and talk about the things that are important to us. And not just online, but offline. Sit down, have a chat, and talk about what really matters. And in order to find out what really matters, we do need art. We do need art pieces like the thing that Roman Signer did. So whatever it is that you do, I hope you create something yourself that's meaningful to you.